Oh, and Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy 2023! And welcome to a new episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name's Lena.
And my name is Will.
And today, I know we are a little behind. Listen, I totally get
we
it.
needed a break. We took a
We
break.
needed a break. Exactly.
And we didn't have to explain ourselves, so we made an exit. Now we're back.
And life has been happening for everybody, so.
Okay, life has been lifing. So listen, I totally get it. Like, I know you missed us. It's totally fine. Like, I get it. You missed us. But we
missed you guys too. We missed you guys too.
And we missed you too. Exactly.
It's not a one way. It's not a one way. It's not a one way situation.
No, it is not.
Brandon, make it sound like it's a one way situation. It's not. It's equal.
Listen,
so much
I am toxic, and I recognize that. I am toxic.
There's been so much stuff that's been happening. There's been so much stuff happening that we haven't been able to talk to everybody about. So,
well, yes,
there's a lot
very true
going on in this episode today.
Watch. Grab your popcorn, take a big seat, and in.
It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. So we just gonna go ahead and just jump on into it because y'all, it's a lot. That's all I can tell you. So we will be covering in this episode, we will be talking about Hasbro Pulse fan stream that happened on January 17th. We will also be talking about the triplets. I know y'all are like, what triplets? Well, the Gold Ranger triplets. We will be talking about them and what has happened in the Ranger community involving them. And also, we will be talking.
I think you forgot to give them the credit that they are crying for. They are the original Gold Ranger.
Girl, I ain't saying that. Anyway, I ain't saying that. And yes, we will be also talking about Megan, which featured none other than Kira Josephson. Is that her last name? Oh, child, I am so sorry if I messed up your last name. But yes, we will be talking about Megan. And for those of y'all who trying to shade her, she was definitely in there for more than 2 seconds. Stop playing. Like, she had a whole moment in the movie, which, I saw people trying to play her talking about she was only in there for 2 seconds. No, she wasn't. Don't try to play her. So,
and even if she was in there for 2 seconds, she's in a movie.
She's in a whole movie, a movie that is doing exceptionally well. So put some respect on her name, okay? Put some respect on her name. But anywho, so let's go ahead and get started. So shall we get started? So I just want to go ahead and tell y'all a quick story. Picture it. January 17th, 7:38 Pacific Standard. I am at work getting ready. I am at work getting ready because I literally am like trying to, open, do all my things, changing my gear, all that good stuff. And I'm just also listening to music, minding my business. And all of a sudden, my phone go off. And I just happened to pick it up. And as you already know, most of y'all know, I am a part of No Pink Spandex as well. So I look in the little piece of chat. And everybody is like, wowing. Like, they're all like, what? Oh my God. And I'm like, what's happening? What's going on? So, obviously, as we already know, the 17th at 11 Eastern Standard, that was supposed to be the time of the Hasbro fan stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe about like what 30 minutes before Entertainment Weekly dropped a whole article about the 30th anniversary and Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So it had a whole bunch of details, but the main things that it had in there was stills from Power Rangers Once and Always. First of all, before we even get into it, what do y'all think about that title?
It's cool. It's like a take on Once a Ranger, Always a Ranger. I thought it was cool.
Lena, what you think, girl?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Once and Always, like I don't know. I guess a part of me feels like it's a bit of a ripoff of the episode Once a Ranger, Always a Ranger.
Well, here's my thing.
I thought it'd be more original, you know, like I thought it'd be something more like, ooh, that's cute, but that's just my opinion.
No, and I'm with you. And that's why I'm struggling to find the words, because for me, it's one of those titles where I'm like, I feel you. Like, I get what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's not original. It's not like, because it's kind of like, that could be said with anything, you know, like once a hockey player, always a hockey player, you know, once a wrestler. Like, you know, it's just like, ew. And then obviously we already used that title when we had such an amazing like team up way back in the day. And I feel like that title kind of stuck with that episode, you know? So for you to kind of reuse it, it's just not it.
To be fair, that line has been used in the show in other team up, or at least in another team up.
Well, we know that. Like, obviously, they've been using it since the day Adam came back. Like, that boy is so fine. But that's not the point of word making.
Listen. First of all, let's be very clear. That man is fine.
He's fine. He's still fine. Like, I don't understand. This guy never aged. But yes, the title needs to be better. And I'm a little like disappointed in the promo that they didn't really do more Aisha and Adam thing. They just did a lot.
I feel you.
No, they did a lot of like obviously Rocky, like Catherine, and who are the other two I'm missing?
Billy and
Zach.
I mean, Billy and Zach is cool, I guess, in a sense that, like, yes, they have not been back to the big screen since like forever. So
since the 90s.
Exactly. So that's kind of cool, right? But like, I feel like Catherine and Rocky, like, guys, they were literally in a few comebacks already. Like, they didn't even know each other. Okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying here, like, you know. So what's happening here, you know? And freaking Amy Jo with her, I did say no to the offer that was given to me. I just never said yes.
Girl!
Get the heck out of here. Like, what is this?
First of all,
is she doing one of what was it, Sunday night now? What day did she post this? What day?
It probably would be like shortly after the trailer and everything. The announcement.
I feel like she's doing one of those, like, you know, like one random Sunday night where she pulled up her wine and she made that random comment on Twitter way back then. This is one of those moments again. Like, Amy, you know, kudos to her for knowing how to bring attention to herself when she needs it. Kudos to her, you know? I'm just saying, like, we already knew from day one she would use the fandom. She's back again using the fandom. Kudos to her.
Girl, listen. So, two things, right? So, how I feel about the title, I'm like, yes, I'm kind of with you, Lena, but also it's just like, for me, it just feels so ordinary. So it doesn't wow me. So that's the thing. That's what I'm like. That's what I was struggling to say. It doesn't wow me. Like I understand what they're doing, but it doesn't like give me like, yes, I am pumped. You know, it doesn't give me that. It just gives me like once and always. All right, great. Moving on. So that's kind of how I feel about it. Not really anything bad, but it just kind of gives me, okay, all right, I can deal. Amy, on the other hand, now that woman knows how to just suck the attention away from things and put it on herself. And I kind of live for it. I'm not even going to hold you. Because it's just so funny because it's like literally she's like, because I guess people were like, the reason why she said what she said was because a lot of people really were asking, like, why didn't you show up, and why is it Catherine? And I did see a lot of people kind of like trying to play Catherine, being like, well, Catherine's morphing with the pterodactyl coin. Why is she morphing with the pterodactyl coin? She was never pterodactyl. What's going on?
Well, she is now.
What she is now. Damn it. Okay. She is pterodactyling it up in this bitch, honey. So get over it.
Right? That, and also I had a random thought. What if Amy Jo is making a comeback, but we just don't know it yet?
She ain't.
I'm just saying.
I don't think
she ain't. She ain't. I am almost positive she ain't.
Well, we already know she ain't, because she's all like, I'm not into acting. But here I am, bring more attention to myself, even though I'm not going to be acting anymore. Check out my new project, guys. I'm directing this show.
Yeah. Listen. But like I said, homegirl is smart. Like, she knows what she's doing. And
really is.
She's smart. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. And the thing is, it's like, what I find so funny about it is it's like, she's like, I didn't say no. I just turned down the offer that they gave me. And I'm like, first of all, that is saying no. And secondly, we all kind of figured what the offer was. And
what was it?
She didn't want to act. She wanted to direct. And they probably were like, no.
Wow.
Yeah, because remember, I'm not sure if you know, Will, but like she basically made it loud and clear that she's never going to act again.
I heard that. I remember when she said that. I was hoping that, like some people don't stick to that. I was hoping that she maybe would have, made an exception depending on what it was. Like,
are you kidding?
Like maybe this.
Oh, you have to remember, she only does things, and again, kudos to her, but she only does things that will benefit her, and this is not going to benefit her in any way.
Hey, homegirl is a director now. She's like, it has to be on my terms. I ain't coming back. Mm-hmm. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not putting no words in her mouth because I don't know whether she said that or not, to be honest with you. But
I'm also surprised that David did convince her to come back.
That's what I'm surprised.
Yeah.
That's what I'm surprised of. I'm surprised that she didn't do it because David was doing it.
Yeah, let's do this trip together, buds. You and me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that she said no.
Surprised. I thought she would literally come back if David came back, and she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Very shocking. I'm
like, ooh. Well, we sure did see David in all his, in all his glory. And,
David be looking fine too. Okay, like bam.
David looked good. He looked good.
They really put a wig on this man.
Listen, now don't do that.
No, I don't think that they should have done that. Like, I don't think they should have done that because he still looks good. He need a wig.
He does. But child, they'll stick a wig on you in a heartbeat. Now, don't get it twisted. That hair and makeup, they'll throw a wig on your ass in a heartbeat, honey. Child. But first of all, get into it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, looking at them all together. Now, we talking about David. Get into Walter. Because first of all, Walter got the goatee in this joint, honey.
Mhm.
I'm sitting here like, oh, Walter said, y'all ain't cutting my facial hair. And I love it. Come on, sir. You better rock that shit. Walter look good.
Not just that, like his jeans are like what, like wow. He looks like he's in his late 30s and he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
Like
Walter look good.
He looks amazing. I showed this to one of my friends who's like more of a casual fan, and he was just like blown away that he looks so good. And I still remember meeting him.
Yes.
I met him like, oh God, what, 2010. And we're talking about like, you look, like I'm telling him like, you look amazing. And then over 10 years later, he still looks great. Like, that's just crazy.
He never aged. That man like never aged.
It's ridiculous. Like, he looks amazing. And don't even get me started. First of all, people used to try to crack that man for his hairline. His hairline is flawless. That thing's straight. He ain't got that little piece of McDonald's arch no more. That thing is straight, honey. And I love it.
Like, people used to have an issue with his hairline. What the heck?
Girl, yes. No, I ain't gonna hold you. They did fuck up his hairline. I ain't gonna hold you. They did. They messed him up. But like, wait, he good now. Like, he got the little high top situation going on. Like,
I swear
he looking good.
He really looks like he just went like into the future. He doesn't look like he aged at all.
At all. At all.
Okay, I will say though, Steve Cardenas did a great job losing weight.
First of all, Steve.
He's freaking swole.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, sidebar. I got to have this moment. When I saw that picture of him where they're all standing like in front of that like cog looking table thing, y'all, I was like, who is that man? Like, literally, I literally said that's myself. I'm like, who is that man? And like, me and Steve, we cool. Like, we cool. Like, we tight. But I was sitting here like, who is that man? Because that man is fine. And I'm like, I zoom in, I'm like, that's Steve. Oh, shit.
Like, I was just shocked that he did a great job in doing what he was doing. Whatever regimen he was on, whatever he did, like, he looks good.
He is jacked. Like, jacked. Like, yo, I'm sitting here like, oh wow, Steve. Oh wow. Okay. Woo. Woo, child. And I was like, is it hot in here? And clearly it's cold as shit in this damn office. But I'm sitting there like, is it hot in here? Like, woo, child. Ooh, child, Steve. All right. I can't be looking at you like that because, child, no, I can't look at you like that. But, child, Steve. Like, that was me when I first saw him because I was like, not Steve out here looking like a whole swole snack. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. So you trying to show out on this in this 30th anniversary. I see you, Steve. And of course, Catherine Sutherland looking like the gorgeous woman that she is.
Yeah,
looking flawless.
She's never aged either.
Seriously, I'm like, yes, ma'am.
Looks so badass in these stills that they gave us.
She really does. Like, first of all, can I just say, like, honest to God, like, in all seriousness, I know people are like, bring the original team back together. Bring the original team back together. We want the original 5. I hear that, y'all. And trust me, like, in the perfect world, I would love that too. But when I say I love the ones that were chosen, like, I love the team that was chosen. I am just so like, this is, to me, this is a win. Like, and like I said, I understand people wanted Amy back. People wanted, like, Austin, and I hear all that. But who they actually got, I love. I legit honestly love
Yeah.
because Steve and Walter never worked together. So it
Mm-hmm.
would be so cool to actually see them on camera together
Mm-hmm.
as Rocky and Zach. And I hope and pray that they actually have a conversation together
Mm-hmm.
and actually acknowledge the fact that we never worked together.
And same with Kat and Walter.
And same with Kat and Walter. Exactly. Like I so want for them to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really want that. And I'm hoping and praying that they do. Um
This
but
is
but yeah.
real
Go ahead.
quick. This is really cool because we had a conversation about a 30th anniversary months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how like it makes sense if they did the originals. Like I think this was before certain drama happened, or
Mm-hmm.
at least before we knew like what we know now. But we were talking about in the ideal plan, it would have been, as close to the original cast as they could have gotten.
Right.
But what about our Stone Canyon trio, and what about Catherine? Because they were a part of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And now look at how everything turned out. They just like kind of gave us a slice of everything.
Yeah.
I'm really, really. You're probably going to go into this next with Karen and Johnny. Like I love that we get to see them and they're in like very different roles as we saw when they first dropped that cast photo a couple of months ago, and we get a little bit more on what they're doing. But
Right.
I can't wait to see what SPA Space Patrol Alpha is.
No, seriously. Like that. And first of all, and we also got like a little better look, like a more closer look at their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not a fan. They're not flattering. Um,
Damn.
they're not. Those suits are not flattering. I'm like, I don't like them. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't like them. But I am excited to see, what happens. Like I really am excited. I am excited to see what happens. And I'm excited to see, what kind of like what SPA, like what they're doing, like in terms of like what SPA stands for and like what kind of like thing it is. Because it could be Space Patrol Alpha, it could be Space Patrol Academy, it could
Okay,
be
okay, okay.
it could be a couple things. So, I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited to see what actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing that I also found that was very interesting that is that in the Hasbro live, Arwindale actually says that this is alpha, but he never confirmed what number it was.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know if that's Alpha 5, Alpha 6,
Alpha 7,
Alpha 7. We
or
don't
a
know what
brand
alpha
new
that
one.
is. It could be a brand new one. So I'm actually kind of gagged because I'm like,
And the
this is
most
interesting.
important thing is the original Alpha 5 voice actor is reprising his role, so that'll
He
that'll be really cool.
right.
I was so excited to hear
Right. And also too, a whole bunch of people are reprising their roles.
that.
So we got the original Alpha coming back, and we also have the original voice of Rita coming back as
Mm-hmm,
well.
mm-hmm,
Barbara Goodson, the OG, the real OG, by the way, um,
mm-hmm.
coming back and reprising her role as Rita Repulsa. Now she is reprising her role as Rita Repulsa, but as a robot Rita Repulsa. So
Oh.
yeah, she's not going to be a little piece of human Rita Repulsa. She's going to be a robot. So that
Mm.
actually makes a lot of sense because, obviously, like they're not going to be able to get, Machiko, because obviously she's no longer here, and they
Mhm.
didn't ask the
Carla.
old actress to come back too. What's her name? Oh gosh,
Car
what's my girl name?
no,
Carla.
Carla Perez.
Carla Perez.
Wait. Carla Perez was the movie one.
No, she wasn't. She was a TV show.
Cortez was the movie one. Okay, I was right. Never
Cortez
mind.
was the movie. Yeah.
My
I'm
bad.
like, hold on, not don't confuse me. But but yeah, Carla, she didn't she's not there. So, it would probably be really cool for them to like probably have like a robotic face with the original costume or something like that. That's what they're probably gonna do. You know. But yeah, so that's like these are like really cool things. A lot of people were also
Mhm.
saying we're also pointing out many different little things that from the trailer that was shown.
Mhm.
Also, too, many people were noticing that in one of the pictures that the rad bug is there, but it's rad bug 2.
Mhm. Yeah, it's an updated version. Yeah,
It's an updated
and
rad bug.
they mentioned that it's in. It looks like it's in front of a cemetery, and
Mm-hmm.
it's Billy, Zach, and Min, Trini's daughter. So you can kind
Yes.
of put two and two together there, maybe what
Maybe.
that means.
Yeah. And
But
my thing is, go
mhm.
ahead.
It'll be nice if we do get closure on that question that we've had for 20 some odd years on, the fate of Trini Kwan.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, let's just be honest. Like, it had to come at some point. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like it had to. Pretty much the whole world at this point who follows Power Rangers and follows the fandom, we all know what happened to, unfortunately, to the queen that was Sweet Train. We all know. That's you do have some casuals every now and then who pop up and it's like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We do have those every now and then. But for the most part, everybody does know that Tweed passed away. So I think that would be that at this point, it's like, all right, you know, it's the 30th. Like we all know and love Tweed. So what better way to honor her character than to actually give her character closure? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I think that is a beautiful way to honor her. I'm not, and people can take that wrong, obviously, because people hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
But but I think it's a beautiful way to really honor the character by actually having art imitate life. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because immortally, she will always live on, obviously. Like she will always live on through the comics, through, anytime that you put on old Mighty Morphin Power Ranger episodes, she is still living on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just her, even if they do actually like recognize the fact that she is no longer here, it doesn't mean that, Twee is done. And it doesn't mean that obviously Min is going to replace her. You know what I'm saying? That just doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it should be interesting how they handle it. Because I really do believe that that's probably who they're visiting in the picture. Because a lot of people were asking that
Mm-hmm.
question. They were like, "So who is it? Whose grave are they at?" And I'm like, more than likely, it's probably Trini's. Because even
Mm-hmm.
in the sides, in the audition sides, they were talking about like the character, the girl. She specifically was talking to, I think, her principal or something like that, and she was saying about her dad and how like her dad is
Mm-hmm.
gone and stuff like that. But dad, you can easily interchange dad for mom. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it doesn't have to be a man. It doesn't have to be a man because listen, sides change all the time. Like that's just a piece of paper to read for a character. That's it. So it very well could be that she was talking about her mom. So I'm really interested in seeing what this 30th is going to look like. So yeah. Overall,
there
though,
was I'm sorry. There were like two more things. There was footage of the trailer was basically a bunch of behind the scenes footage of some of the scenes that they're doing and also like fight scenes as well. And it looks like we're going to see the original 6 Rangers in suit fighting the original putties. And somebody caught a shot of Rita like looking on, or the Rita bot maybe. So I was that made me so curious. Do you guys think that that's a new scene, or do you? I instantly thought maybe flashback.
I see what you're saying. Yes, I think that personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally think that it happened, but it's probably like the precursor kind of a thing where it was like it's like the first scene where it's like, okay, they're fighting and and that's what jumps off the whole entire anniversary, that first fight.
Yeah, they're all
and then something happens.
I think you pointed this out. They're all in the size order that the original actors were in. Which is, that is a hell of a accuracy, because obviously Cat is as tall as most of the guys on the team.
Exactly, and that Pink Ranger was pretty short.
So
she was pretty short.
I do have a question for you guys. What were your reactions? Like, what were your first thoughts when you guys saw that reveal?
The trailer?
Yeah.
Finally, something. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like that.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Made my
day. I got in my feelings. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually got into my feelings. Because it opens up with Walter and him saying that, it's been, all these years since I've been on the set of Power Rangers, and now I'm back. And I'm not even gonna hold you. I got so emotional because I'm like, oh my God, it's back. Like, like, I don't know. Like, I just got so emotional. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And then just to see all the behind the scenes and just to see how like everything looks and the new command center. And I'm just like literally like stopping, like pausing stuff and just like looking at everything and being like, what is this? What is this? What is this? I mean, they even have the broken Zordon tube back there. Like that is just like there is just specific little nuances that was in there. And I'm just like overload. Like I was just literally like the 5-year-old kid in me was just like going batshit. Like I'm just like, oh shit, like just wilding. I mean, obviously I didn't say that as a 5-year-old, but like I was like wilding in my head. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is crazy. And just seeing like all the like the different like the behind the scenes fight scenes. And I mean, it really looks like they were like really like decking them putties. Like I'm like, oh, y'all are fighting. Like y'all are, this ain't no little cute little, oh, we're doing like little fancy kicks and fancy stuff. Like y'all are fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, y'all are throwing down behind the scenes. So I'm really pumped to see actually how, like what actually happens. And even they updated the suits. Like they even updated the suits, y'all, because like the little diamonds, they have like that little like honeycomb looking thing on the inside, like that honeycomb design on the inside. Like, oh my God, like they are just going above and beyond. with this 30th. And I am just like, even behind the scenes, I could feel it. Like I could feel like, oh, they really are trying to put their best foot forward. So it really did pump me up. Like, did it give you all that same energy? Like,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have a different reaction than you guys did. I'm gonna go back to, remember what I said to you? Like, I want to be surprised. Like, I don't want any reveals. I don't want any trailer. Like, I don't want snippets. Like, I just want it to be as mysterious as it possibly can be.
mm-hmm.
And when I saw that, I don't know. It didn't hit me the same as it did for you. If anything, I think I was kind of like, man, I don't know, because I think I'm also kind of putting a shield after what happened with the last few reunions, where I'm scared.
That's fair.
I don't want to get my hopes up.
That's fair.
And then be crash and burn, like especially like freaking Dimensions and Dangers or whatever it was called. Like that was one of the biggest letdown ever. Even like the Legacy War. What the heck? Like, you hyped us up all freaking season at a terrible season too. Like, I thought at the end I was gonna get something grand, you know, something that was gonna be worth this whole entire waste of a season, and I didn't. I absolutely didn't.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And you know, like, and then I mean, bless JDF. I'm glad he's not back for this reunion, but you know, like, and I would have said this even if what happened to him didn't happen to him, right? Like, I'm not saying this to sort of like sound like I'm hating on him. No. I glad that, you know, he wasn't part of the reunion from the beginning, from what I understood. So,
you're right.
You know, so it would have been, I was excited to see that other people were going to get an opportunity to shine, to, you know, do their thing, you know. Obviously now that's happened, I'm like, man, like, that really sucks. And I am hoping they'll pay some kind of tribute, you know, for him towards the end, because like that would be.
Oh, they will.
Right?
They will.
Sure.
It came out that they will. That it is
okay.
a tribute to both Twee and Jason.
Oh,
okay. That's nice.
See,
I wasn't aware.
Okay, I read that one for myself. Okay, I read that one because I forget. Yeah, I read that.
You
one.
have a couple of months, maybe you'll forget.
Okay, that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, like, but overall, it didn't really hit me the way it hit you, and I was actually kind of sad that it didn't, because I was hoping it would, but it didn't. And then I think again, it's just probably because I'm just scared that it's gonna be a letdown, and I hype myself up for no reason, you know. And I think the other thing is, I think for me too is like seeing Catherine and seeing Rocky wasn't much, you know. It wasn't like, oh my god, they're back. Like, we've already seen them.
Because they didn't do much in the last time we saw them.
Exactly. Last few times we saw them, they didn't do much. I mean, heck, even Catherine Sutherland herself in an interview said to us, was I even there? I don't remember. You know, I mean, guys got to go back on that episode, listen to that interview, you know. But
Come on, little piece of shameless promotion.
Right. I'm just saying, you know, So, like, but having Johnny Young Bosch back, having Karen Ashley back, that's fucking cool, because they haven't been back for a minute, especially Aisha. She's not been back, you know, so that was kind of cool.
Another one since the 90s.
Yeah, so I was kind of disappointed that they didn't have much of an interview with them, you know, like there wasn't much going on with them. They didn't really have them talk. They didn't really have them do anything. If that makes sense. It was just sort of like they were there. So I almost felt like
I'm in two minds about that.
What are your thoughts?
I think either they're purposefully doing that because they want to save, you know, what their roles are, like, you know, to not give everything away, or it could be because they're not there that much. I hope it's not the latter, but
me too.
We'll see. Something obviously with the OGs, I'm hoping we get some fight sequences with them unmorphed. I think that would be really cool. But once again, we'll see.
I think we will, because I did see a picture with Catherine Sutherland and her double, and it did kind of like give the idea that she did do some choreography. So, maybe they did get the fight, because I mean, also let's not forget, The Order was not too long ago.
Right.
The film with that Karen Ashley produced, like that wasn't too long ago, and all of them did their own stunts in that trailer. Like they all did their own shit. There were no stunts. There were no stunt doubles, and they were all like giving you little pieces of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punch, block, kick. You know what I'm saying? Like right, left, right, kick, son, they were all giving it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they were all giving it to us. So I think that honestly, like they really can still do it. So it would be a wonderful treat to like have us see, the OGs still get down and dirty and give us a little piece of fight.
Johnny.
Cause
I gotta see Johnny do something.
I'm telling you, if we get to see both Johnny and Karen, like I want to see Karen give me a little piece of fight, because she gonna be twirling them braids all over the place, and I'm like, absolutely.
I can see her shooting people this time, like an STA blaster.
Don't settle for less.
Question for you guys: how do you feel about her new hair?
When we saw that first cast photo a few months ago, I thought that was super cool that she has her braids and her iconic Aisha braids. I think it's really cool, and the little twisty do is like a futuristic thing. I feel like
I just find it funny. She looks like the Black
cool.
Princess Leia.
I could see that.
And I'm here for it. That's the thing. I am here for the Black Princess Leia. Yes.
I love it.
I'm here for it.
And Johnny has a goatee.
But yeah. No, I'm not sure how entirely I feel about it, but like Johnny with his goatee, so fucking fine.
He didn't have to shave, which we mentioned before, but like that's so cool. Cause like, why would characters that are in their 40s have to be clean shaven? Come on now. But at least that we don't have to deal with that anymore. Nope. Oh damn! Now I'm thinking about JDO.
Yo, I was about to ask you all like a really dumb question. Really dumb question.
What were you about to ask?
Go ahead.
And then I remember why. And then I was like, I cannot ask this question because I know why.
Oh my goodness.
It's regarding Austin St. John.
That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny. I'm not doing that. I'm not laughing.
No.
I'm not
Go
laughing
ahead and ask your question.
I want to know.
No. I was gonna ask like, I'm surprised I didn't ask Austin St. John to come back, right?
Oh God, Lena.
No. I was a genuine I was dumbfounded for a second, right? And I was like, right.
Oh, girl.
I understand why now. There is.
How did you forget about that?
To be honest with you, like that news was so yesterday because we got onto some new drama, and that new drama was more spicy and more more fun. Like I'm just saying, like obviously, like we said before, like stuff like that happening to his family, that wasn't cool. Like that's like whatever, right? Like it wasn't cool what was happening. But the new drama, though, like I mean, between Amy Jo and the Trays.
Okay.
I feel you.
It was a genuine question, though. It really was. It was like I was like, wait, why wasn't he? You know what I mean? Like, why wasn't he back? And then as I was processing it, because I was waiting for you guys to finish your, with your thoughts, and I was like, right, I know why he's not back. A purpose for it.
Girl,
By the
no.
way, guys, everyone listening, I'm laughing at Lena. I'm not laughing at his situation. So.
Child, listen, like, and listen, it's no shade, and like we really listen. Nobody wants the men, obviously, to go to jail. I mean, nobody wants that. I mean,
No,
of course,
no, no, no.
like nobody wants anyone to
That's
go to
not
jail.
something we
I mean,
want
unless
for
you did
him
something
or for
terribly.
Unless you did, yeah.
Yeah, unless you did something terrible, or
Yeah.
unless you did it, then I'm just like, oh, punishment fits the crime. But like obviously, we don't know whether the man did it or not. So it's like, all right, we don't want him to go to jail. But it's like that's why he didn't show up. But no, I'm actually laughing at Lena because
Sorry,
damn,
guys.
Lena.
I was not trying to throw shade. It was
we
a
all
genuine,
have these moments. It's all good.
yeah, it was a genuine like, oh, I wonder why he's not back. Like that would have been so cool, to have literally all the OGs back, and then
Mm-hmm.
right.
Ooh,
Because
Chile.
honestly, it would have been cool to see Jason and Rocky, doing their thing, like having a little piece, like that would have been cool. Just to
But
see.
then Rocky would have been a part of SPCA. Oh my gosh, she is not a part of SPCA. He would have been a part of SPA.
Well, maybe not.
I mean, as
Maybe
long as he
not.
would have been there.
Maybe not,
I
because
mean,
you know why? No, Will, you know
Yeah.
why? Because you know
Yeah.
why? He would have been part of the SP whatever. He would have been the Gold Ranger, guys.
Oh, get out of here.
Stop playing. Girl, no. Listen, now I'm not gonna hold you. Now that would have actually been a very nice surprise to actually have Jason be introduce himself as the Gold Ranger. That would be a nice little touch.
He should be the
Like,
Gold Ranger. And I'm not saying that to be shading. Like I'm serious. Like he could be the Gold Ranger,
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant it.
I meant
it in shade. Like, absolutely. Like,
I didn't mean the shade, but obviously we know what topics we're about to like stumble into next.
Yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, so we say all of this fun. We say all of this in the name of fun, honestly. But also too, in the part of this article as well, they also touched on the future Cosmic Fury. Now they didn't show the Rangers actually in suit until the actual live, but they showed us a rendering, a drawn rendering of all the suits, and there was something that was very special about these suits. Two being different colors for different people. So there is a woman in red, lady in red. Yes. There's a lady in red, and there is who people are saying the Champagne Ranger, because the color does kind of look like champagne. So yes, there are two new Rangers. And so obviously we're all sitting here like, what the hell? What's going on? But now we have the whole Cosmic Fury team, and the full team in their suits have been revealed. So let's just go ahead and jump into the live, because there's a lot that happened. So the live itself obviously had, toys, because that's what we do. So let's start off with, first of all, they had Dr. O, and Sam. First of all, there were two people who were doing the toys. And it was Sam, the brand writer, and also Jordan, the product designer. Jordan is always there. Which we love Jordan. And basically Sam stated that she had the pleasure of working with JDF before he passed, and that there will be some other Tommy items that will be coming out down the line. So, definitely they are not finished with Tommy yet. And I don't think they'll ever be finished with Tommy. I mean, it's just what it is.
Especially now.
Like we ain't we're not. Tommy ain't going nowhere. And also sidebar, Tommy, the red Turbo Ranger, the one that gets the least amount of love. It is now in Legacy Wars. So if you want to go and check him out, you most certainly can. I wish it should have been TJ, but yes, it's Tommy.
Yeah,
so
man.
go check it out. And that's no shade. I really do wish it was TJ because I mean TJ was the longest version of the Red Turbo Ranger. I mean, he just was.
And he reps it.
And he reps it, you know. So wish it was TJ. But yeah, so it was definitely she talked about Tommy with Dr. O and all that good stuff. That does not look like Tommy in the face, but it's okay. Moving on. Also, they have the Mesogog toy. That the Mesogog Lightning Collection figure that is also coming out. We kind of already saw it already, but you know, they introduced that one as well. Then they also introduced Kendrix.
Mm-hmm.
And her glasses can come on and off.
Mm-hmm.
I am kind of loving it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm loving Kendrix. And then Kai Moya revealed his Lightning Collection toy as a special. He revealed his Lightning Collection toy as the blue Dino Fury Ranger. And the Tingas also revealed themselves as well. There is one that is blue and the other one is green. Kind of already knew that as well. And also, they talked about the Astro Megazord, all 14 and a half inches. And can you take it? Can you take it? Talking about a colonoscopy. So, yeah. So they basically, we're just gonna run through this because I mean, we can talk all day about how they don't look like the people and all that stuff, but we're not. So yeah, they definitely mentioned the toys. But this is the one that really got me and the one that I'm actually pretty excited about. So then they also talked about it was a different segment where they started talking about the remastered Lightning collections. And they specifically talked about Billy and Trini. And I'm not gonna hold you. It was given real they looked at the Super 7 toys and they was like, nah. Like, we can't let Super 7 outdo us. And they went back and they redid everything. Like they redid Billy and Trini. And I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I might go get these because they look phenomenal. Like they actually look accurate. Like they really look accurate. And Trini got two little pigtails. I'm like, yo, like, I'm loving this. You can remove Billy's glasses, so you can give him a little piece of season 1, or you can give him season 2/season 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's given. Like, I'm actually impressed. They have the different holsters, the different guns. So you have the sword mode, the holster mode, and the blaster mode. You have the different 3 sets of hands, pinless arms and legs. Like, I mean, they really went all out. So I'm impressed. And the faces look a lot better. Billy don't look like Sophia from the Golden Girls anymore. Like he actually looks like David. Like he actually looks like closer to David Yost. So I'm loving it. I think it's great. So yeah. And then of course, fast forwarding, I'm just basically like doing a speed through. Sorry, y'all. Because we got a lot to talk about. And Arundel. So then we Sam went and she started talking to Arundel, Becca Barnes, and Simon Bennett. And Arundel basically said that they were talking about the 30th anniversary. One of the key things that Arundel was saying is that, and I actually want to get you guys' opinion on this as well. So he stated that coming from like the epic finale of Dino Fury, they wanted to up the stakes because they are the head writers of both the 30th anniversary and also Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury, excuse me. I keep saying Dino Fury. Cosmic Fury. They are the head writers. So Arundel basically was saying that they wanted to up the stakes for Cosmic Fury. And he kind of made it seem like there will be moments where the Rangers don't win. Like, they're not always gonna just defeat the monster and save the day. Like, there'll be some moments where they might not win. And one of the things that clicked in my head was Javi's arm.
That's exactly why I just made that sound. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So I'm like, oh. So there's a moment where somebody might get hurt.
What is it, a Roy Harper, Misty Knight situation?
Ooh, definitely not a Misty Knight situation. Ow, 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 ow.
Well, Roy Harper lost his too.
Yeah, but Misty Knight, though, hers was kind of like, ooh, yeah. But you're right. And it also is given Voltron. Did anybody watch the Voltron from Netflix?
Oh, I haven't. I want to, but I haven't.
Because that's what happened to what's his name? Finn. I want to say the black the pilot, the one who piloted the Black Lion. Him. That's what happened to him. He lost his arm, I believe. So yeah, like, I'm low key but high key when he said that. I was like, oh, this season might be pretty good. And Simon also went on to say that they can do a whole lot with the story and they can do whatever they want, basically, because there's no footage to hold them back. So they can do literally whatever they want. And, well, not literally, but they can stretch. There's nothing to confine them, so they can just stretch all over the place. They can really just kick their legs out, you know what I'm saying, and really do what they want and really try to do some really cool things. And they have Hasbro's backing on it. Like, they got Hasbro to consent. So there's probably going to be some really intense shit that might happen in Cosmic Fury. So
that's fascinating, just because it seems like there's a show Bible that they follow even in the absence of Haim Saban, but I think that he still has some sort of a presence. But if they're able to like mature it up, that's very, very interesting. And I always wonder about that show Bible and why they have to stick to it, which is why we don't get certain things. But this is intriguing if they're able to, just do things that we haven't seen before. Especially with that arm.
Yes.
By the way, we didn't really go into detail about the arm. When we saw Javi's new suit, his arm is like it's robotic. It looks like, compared to the rest of the suit. I think one arm is black and then the other is like a gold and silver like metal. So we are wondering what that means.
Which, while we're here, because that was pretty much one of the main takeaways that I wanted to talk about from their part of the panel, but not panel, their part of the live. But how do y'all feel about these suits now that we actually see them moving? Like, we don't see them, like, drawn, but now we see them physically. Like, what do you guys think?
I'm not. Suits aren't make or break for me. For me, it's like everything else. Story, acting, stunts, things like that. Visually, they're plain. I think so. I think that they're plain. I think that I just saw. I'm so sorry. No, 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 no. I just saw something and oh God, I'm getting a DM and it's making me laugh. I'm so sorry. All right. They look plain. Like it's like it's missing. Like the fronts of the suits are just plain color, and it's like foamy and like it. I don't know how to describe it. It looks like you remember Steve Cardenas and Johnny Young Bosch talked about when they started on Power Rangers, they wore Walter and Austin suits. Walter and
Mm-hmm.
Austin were muscular while Steve and Johnny were skinny. They were lean, slim kids. So they had to like put padding in there to fit in the suits. That's what that was reminded me of. And now that I saw a fan edited the suits and they put the the black like lightning bolt that was on the Dino Fury suits on there, and that looked
Mm-hmm.
great. So now, whenever I see these suits, I'm gonna think of that edit because that looks so much better.
Right,
But I'm gonna
right.
just deal with it. I think they look pretty plain, but I mean, it's whatever. It's done at this point, so.
Well,
Right.
I personally like them, and I still like them, like I said before. If anything, they're kind of giving me Shazam without the lightning bolt, because with the lightning bolt,
Uh-huh.
That's what
literally
I
Yes, yes,
said.
yes,
giving
yes,
you
yes.
exactly Shazam. So, like, I personally like them the way they are. I think that what's interesting for me is that in all the years, the suits have only gotten crazier and wilder, right? And
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
you know what? It doesn't hurt to have a simple suit once in a while. This is the first time we ever had a simple suit. And I like that. I'm interested in see because the thing is, we also don't know what these suits can also do. What if it actually lights up and it does all
Mm.
these fanciness? Like we don't know that. Maybe there's a reason why they're plain. Like
That's a
Mhm.
good
we won't.
point.
We won't
That's a
know,
good point.
right? So right now, I personally have always liked the aesthetic of the plainness. I have no problem with it. And obviously, adding the lightning bolt really was giving you Shazam anyway. So I was like, you know what? This is actually perfectly fine. I like the edit
Mhm.
that Will you're talking about, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Plain is nice. Maybe there's a reason for it. And again, maybe just all kinds of fancy stuff. Maybe they can like, I don't know, pull random shit off their chest or like have random weapons that are
Mhm.
hidden underneath. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
But overall, I
Mhm.
personally really like them the way it looks. And I'm excited to see what these suits can do.
I feel you on that one. Like it I actually agree. I actually like them a lot. Well, hold on, let me take that back. I um the main thing for me was I will agree with you on the idea of I don't like it's not that I don't like them, but I do actually kind of I'm okay with them being a little plain. My only thing,
Mhm.
and this is what I was saying the entire time, is if they had a little bit of texture to them. You know what I'm saying? You can have the plain, solid look, but there needs to be something in there that gives me some sort of texture. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
like, because there's that one side that's silver, and there's that other side that's a darker color. And I remember because I said this on the show, if they put like a texture in there, like they put like a little like that honeycomb texture in that dark side or whatever, if they were to texturize it in some kind of way, I wouldn't be too bothered. As long as there's just something there and it's just not one solid, just bleh of a color. And I wasn't expecting it to look so flat. That's another thing too. But that could be a lighting situation. It could be a lighting situation because they were off to the side. They weren't like recording on set. So it could be a lighting situation, but they just look so flat. Like they look dull. And that's one of the things that I was just like, why does the suits feel so flat? Like they just like what is this material that they use? And you're right, Lena, and that's the first thing that I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is giving Shazam. Like these suits are giving me Shazam. And I'm not gonna hold you. I actually like the Shazam suits. I actually do. So, but still, it has something on the chest, and just like you said, Will, like if they had the Black Lightning bolt in there, I think it would have worked. I think it probably would have sold a lot better. Because there's just something about the way when that person edited the Black Lightning bolt in there. They already are wearing black turtlenecks. So the shield over the lightning bolt, making it look like the lightning bolt also like is a part of the turtleneck in a way, like the neck part in a way. Like that's kind of fire when you think about it. Like that is actually kind of dope. So honestly, like that was kind of a missed opportunity, unfortunately, in my opinion. That was a missed opportunity. But I guess, and I don't want to sound like I'm moving the bar. I don't want to sound like I'm moving the bar because I feel like that's what I'm doing. But I kind of just want to see them like in the atmosphere. Like I want to see them in the atmosphere. I want to see them with the helmets on. Like I want to see all of this because for me, it's like I just don't. A part of me, honestly, and this is going to sound really bad. Well, not bad, but this is going to sound weird, but this is their first time doing American Suits. And I just don't want to live with the fact that they potentially might have fucked it up.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I really don't. I don't want to sit with the fact that they potentially could have fucked this up. And the thing is, if people don't really fuck with these suits and like they just won't fuck with these suits, kind of like how they keep doing the 2017 movie. Every time you turn around, like people love to try to throw that out there. We hate these fucking suits. Like, if that's the case and they really do pull that and people really still don't fuck with these suits, like it could possibly ruin any possible chance that we may have of anything original. Because companies love looking at stuff and being like, well, people didn't really like this, so we might as well go back to square one kind of a thing. And I don't want them to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely don't. I don't want them to do that. I want you guys to be creative. I want you guys to do your own thing. Like, I really do. I want you guys to do that. But also at the same time, you also have to recognize that Super Sentai is out here reinventing the wheel and doing all these things. And we're dealing with fans that are also both Super Sentai fans and Power Ranger fans. Well, mostly more Super Sentai fans than just shitting on Power Rangers. But that's neither here or there. But right, like that's neither here or there because we always want to have them. But you're dealing with these kind of people, and these are the people who talk and bark the loudest. So it's like I just don't want it to get to a point where you have these situations where it's like, shit, these suits, like these people look at these suits and they're like, damn, they really hate these suits. And then they're like, well, we're just going to just go ahead and go back to doing Super Sentai because now you're pigeonholing the show back into this pinwheel of what we've been doing, and you don't have that ability to be creative anymore. So that's the thing that scares me about why these suits didn't really hit the way that they should have.
Mm.
And yeah, that's really where I am with the suits. I mean, honestly, I don't hate them. I don't love them. Now, the one thing I will say, I'm getting that Cosmic Fury Morpher. That Morpher is
Mm.
fire. Like, I'm getting that Cosmic Fury Morpher. Like, did y'all actually catch a glimpse of the actual Morpher itself?
You gotta see it.
I'm gonna post it in the chat right now because like I'm gonna tell y'all right now that Cosmic Fury Morpher slaps. I just posted it in the chat.
Hmm. Hmm. I think I
I
gotta
like
see it
it.
in action.
I like it. I'm not gonna hold
The,
you. It's maybe it's something about like the way that it looks like a metal bracelet, and then you have like the black and with the gold lightning bolt on the inside. I don't know. I just really like that. And then you have like
oh.
the
That
little
looks
ball.
nice. I like it.
Hmm. That's the
I
that's
I
the
love it.
Tama thing, right?
Yeah, the Qtama. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So do you remember we taking it back, was it Cleopatra 2525?
Yes.
Do you remember
I
the
cannot believe you
weapons,
just brought that up, but
gauntlets,
yes.
the
Mhm.
gauntlets? You remember the
Yes.
gauntlets? That's what that's
Yes.
reminding me of.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my goodness. I have to make a meme of that. I have to make a meme of that
Yeah.
because that is so on point. Will, you're a genius. That is so on point. I forgot about Cleopatra 2525. Yes. That is what that is. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. It is giving Cleopatra 2525, honey. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. That is exactly what that is giving. Oh, yes. Girl, Lena, I'm gonna send you a picture of that and just so you'll know what we're talking about. Because that, yes, like Will hit the nail on the head. That was perfect. Uh, so while I'm looking for this gauntlet. Uh, other than that, does anybody else have anything to say about these suits and stuff? Because that's all I got.
I think that's all. Yeah, that's all I got too. I'm just
Say,
looking forward to seeing. Oh. So the oh my God, Zato suit. Since he's, I guess, the sixth ranger now, he has a cape with his, as opposed to everybody else. I'm not sure if
And
he
he also
mentioned that
wears
or
white
not.
gloves instead of black too.
Okay. Yeah, so that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. That's a contrast to make him different from everyone else. So.
and
Yeah.
I guess he's now the next Gold Ranger. So now Ted needs to go change his list.
Say that
You're
again.
so shady.
Oh, never mind. I got you.
You are so shady. I cannot with you. You are shady.
You know what?
But
New
yes.
year, more sass, more shade. Okay, I'm just saying. Ted out here be making Instagram lives, reading off a list of all the six Rangers, particularly the gold ones. And then he's all like, let me know if I got the list wrong, or if there's someone I'm missing. I'm like, well, I'm here to tell you, Ted, you're missing one.
First of all, let's be very clear, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Brad Hawkins is the original Gold Ranger. Okay? Put some respect on Brad Hawkins' name because that is who the
That
Gold
man is
Ranger is.
fine too, okay?
Oh, definitely. Brad Hawkins is a whole snack. Absolutely.
Fine.
But, that's who the real Gold Ranger is. Because,
Okay.
first of all, when the Gold Ranger popped up on Power Rangers Zeo, let's be very clear. Like, we were hyped because his voice
Ryan
just
Steele.
he not only was he Ryan Steele, but his voice.
I still
Like,
can't believe that or not that I can't believe. I don't know why they didn't just use him. They used oh my God,
I
Sarah
agree.
Brown.
I agree.
I don't
They
like.
should have just used him. They should have just used him. Like, I don't know why they didn't use him either. Like, that would have probably been a lot better.
Especially with how cheap Saban is, you would think that he would just keep it to one actor.
Okay, move one actor from one place to another, draw a line on his face, and say, "Here, your tray." You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
then he had to he essentially had to pay 4 people to play the Gold Ranger.
exactly. When he just could have paid 2. Just saying, but whatever. But he could have just went ahead and dyed his hair black instead of having him be a
Oh
little
my God,
blonde.
I can't count 5 people. The triplets, Brad and
Oh yeah, you're right.
Austin.
Oh shit,
I
I
can't
was
count.
missing a person. Child. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Excuse me.
And I followed you up too. I'm just as dumb.
Right.
But
You guys are too much.
Now you just let us do that, Lena.
right, just let us make fools of ourselves. But it's okay.
All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it is what it is. New year, same old us.
Okay, New Year's, new idiots. It's all good.
Right? Like, we're here for it, you know?
We're here for it.
But yes, so Ted needs to like admit that, you know, that they're not the original yet.
They're not the originals. And the thing is, and let's be very clear. Let's be very clear, right? So I know a lot of y'all are just sitting here like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what is happening? So let's go ahead and let's do a rundown, shall we? So this has been going on. Well, not this in particular, but the triplets, the Filippo, I think that's how you pronounce their last names. These triplets have been in the limelight before, and not in a good way. I want to say back in 2015, I want to say. They created such a really bad stink in the fandom before. So this isn't new for them. By the way, this is not new.
Wait, what did
this
they
is
do
not
before?
new behavior.
What did they do before?
Oh child. Oh God,
I don't even know.
Was it something similar? I can't remember exactly.
I think it was something similar.
Something bad, yeah.
Yeah, it was something similar. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something similar because like people are already hip to a lot of people are already hip to them being kind of narcissistic in a sense. But this time apparently it's a lot worse. So this time around, and plus it wasn't all 3 of them, it was just Ted this time around. Because the last time it was all 3, and I do remember that. The last time it was all 3. But this time, like, it was just Ted. And Ted was on live. And Ted, by the way, Ted played Trey of Courage.
Check you out. Knowing that.
First of all, like, don't even ask why I know this. That's just information that I don't know why I learned that. Just ignore it. Just ignore that. But Ted was on Instagram Live, and he was calling on fans to boycott Ranger Stop, Catherine Sutherland, and Nakia Burrese for not giving them proper credit as an OG Power Ranger. Catherine Sutherland and Nakia Burrese are some of the most sweetest women ever in this fandom. Like, they are the like, I look at those 2 women like the Mother Teresas of the fandom. Like, seriously, like they don't bother nobody. They don't say nothing to nobody. They just be here making little skits and being adorable, and that's it. Like, that is all they do. And this is what you do? Like, you starting with them? Tisk. So, so yes, he's basically saying that they're basically saying, they're starting with them because they're not giving them proper credit as an OG Power Ranger. Also, they were also saying that they were originally going to Ranger Stop, but then for whatever reason, they decided that they weren't going to go anymore because they had a disagreement, said that they weren't going to go. And then they said that they were still being promoted and they were still being pushed or whatever to push the con, even though they weren't there. Also, from what my understanding is from the argument, they were upset that they were not in the center of
Get out of here.
Of the promo photo that had all the Rangers in it. They were upset that they weren't in the center. Also, they also claimed that, Ted also claimed that he and Jason Frank were the only ones that ever cared about the fans.
That's my favorite part, okay? That is my favorite part of this whole entire thing.
I want to get ignorant, but I don't think I should.
That's my favorite thing, the whole thing. That they're the only ones that care about this fandom. That
they're the only ones.
They're the only ones. And that everyone else is trying to make money off the fandom. Everyone else but them and JDF
everyone else
is trying to make money off the fandom. How dare everyone makes money off the fandom? How dare they, But wait. Why are you guys back in the fandom again? That's right, to make money off of us.
Yes. So they also called the boycott PowerMorphicon as well. And any other fan outlet that doesn't acknowledge them as OG Power Rangers. Because they feel like they should be considered OG Rangers.
OG Rangers. And apparently they're loving Hasbro right now because Hasbro posted a bio for them. Basically, the only outlet that's naming them the OG Rangers. And you know what? Hasbro made a mistake. Okay. I'm just saying. Hasbro made a mistake, and that's okay. That's okay.
No.
Hasbro didn't know any better. They didn't.
Now, here's the thing. Now, there's more to this little piece of conversation. There's more. It's because Ted did a lot. He did a lot. And even though Ted was on the live, the brothers basically were doing their own thing. Like they all were out being crazy and doing crazy shit. Apparently Tom also joined in the foolishness and claimed that Austin, as an OG, should be taking care of his fans, and he doesn't. And he tried to like drag Austin down. And it's just, I will say this. And also, the one thing that got me and the one thing that really made me upset, I'm not going to hold you. And we talked about this before when we talked about JDF. This is one thing that really bothers me. When he said that he and JDF were the only ones who cared about the fans, right? They said that little tidbit. But then he also turns around and says, suicide hotlines don't work.
Ugh.
Suicide hotlines don't work, and that he has healed a fan through Gold Ranger power.
Oh my God!
Are you serious right now?
What the hell?
Are you serious right now? That actually really happened?
That actually really
came
out of his mouth.
I can't get ignorant. Yo, get the fuck out of here.
Are you
Who do you think you are? Because nobody knows who you are.
With a Gold Ranger power?
Get the fuck out of here.
But I couldn't believe that. I genuinely could not believe that.
Are you
because
crazy? That's no, like I'm not believing that. Like, what the heck?
No, for real. Like this
Oh
happened.
my
Like this legit was said.
God.
And my thing is, and there's a part of me wants to be angry. A part of me, and not even want to be. A part of me is actually angry at that. But there's a lot that's at play here. There's a lot that's at play, and it kind of makes me nervous because
Sorry, hold up, rewind. He is telling people that he healed people with Gold Ranger power and that suicide hotlines do not work. Like, who said this?
Ted on the live.
Wow. I am
Like,
shooken right now.
so here's my thing, and like I said, I'm there's a lot that's at play. So number one, going back, he said that he and JDF are the only ones that cared, but at the same time, you also say that you healed people through Gold Ranger power. You healed a person through Gold Ranger power, and that suicide hotlines don't work. This is the same. You are involving the same person who legit we know passed away due to suicide. Like, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to. I don't want to say this because I do feel like there's something at work. But how insensitive can you be? When this is somebody, you involved someone that literally passed away due to suicide, and you say that suicide hotlines don't work? Like, that is, there's something about that just, it kind of makes me feel like the wheels aren't fully turning. The wheels aren't fully clicking in their heads, especially with Ted. I don't know if all of them are acting like that and all of them feel that way, or whether it's just him. I don't know. But there's something at play. And someone actually said something. I saw a comment on Twitter, I want to say, that really made me second guess. Because at first I was pissed. Like when I saw that they said that, like I really legit got upset. And one of the things that stuck out to me was that I forget who said this, but they were like, they may have somebody, like either him or the Treys or somebody, they might have a little bit of something going on. Like there might be some sort of this like mental dysfunction going on or something, because it could be a cry out for help, it could be something. But my thing is, I'm not sure if it's to cry out for help or whether it's just them being just complete jerks. Because as I said before, they said this foolishness, and you're right, it could be both. Because they said this foolishness before, they were being crazy before, and that's how we know that they be on one, because they've done this before, but not to this magnitude. Like, I mean, this time around, like it really, like they really created a shit steam fest. Like it was bad, and they wouldn't stop. And it got to a point where people were literally calling them out and being like, "Hey, chill the fuck out! Like, what is wrong with you?" Like, some people were on the side of like, "Yo, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you doing?" Some were like, "Yo, y'all are fucking wilding." And then there were just like some people who really were like, "Yeah, you're right." And so it's just this like big ball of confusion, and they just cause so much foolishness. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know in my heart of hearts if there really is something wrong with them or what. But that just really blew my mind when they said that foolishness. It was like, yeah, those things don't work. Suicide hotlines don't work, and I've healed people I've healed a guy through Gold Ranger power. He came in with his situation, and I'm totally paraphrasing, but he's like, he came in with his situation and I healed him, and I'm just like, not only are you reckless, but you're delusional. And I like you're you're fucking what the fuck? Like why would what? And and I do appreciate that Karen Ashley, Nakia, Catherine, they've all been good sports about it. I do appreciate that Nakia being the queen, being the chef's kiss, being the wonderful woman that she is, made a statement about it.
What did
Not
she
really so much
say?
about it. She didn't really make a statement about it, but she basically was just like, I'm not really too much worried about it. I'm out here living my best life. You know what I'm saying? Support me at my con. Support, you know what I'm saying? And thank you for those who have been supporting me and supporting Ranger Stop and Pop and all of that. Like continue to support. Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So she really didn't. It was given real. I don't see you, but I see you, but I don't see you. And I love that.
I feel like Karen was a little bit more
Oh,
shady,
Karen was
which
giving it to
I
him.
loved.
And I
Loved
loved it. I'm like,
it.
yes. Because she was posting up the memes,
Yeah.
talking about why you so obsessed with me. I loved it. I'm like, absolutely, Karen. Yes. Yes. Give it to them. Give them the smoke. Because that's what they want. That's what they were asking for. And the thing is, the real tea, what they don't realize is that they actually shot themselves in the foot. Because Power Morphicon is one of the biggest cons. It is the biggest con for Power Rangers. That is where people go to make their money. Like that's where they go to get the money. And you basically just fucked yourself because I'm pretty sure Scott is no like. As a matter of fact, I think I saw it on Twitter that Scott is not inviting them back. Like they're banned. Like they're not coming back to Power Morphicon anymore. So you screwed yourself. And I'm sorry, but what other cons are you going to go to? Because everybody, all the popular cons, you basically fucked over. You fucked over Ranger Stop. That's another popular one. Ranger Stop and Pop is growing, and it's about to be really popping too. So you fucked yourself out of that too. So where are you going to go? Kalamazoo somewhere? Like, and no offense to Kalamazoo, because y'all be popping. That's where Jerry's from. But like, where are you gonna go? Like, what other cons are you gonna go to that is going to pay you that kind of money? You know what I'm saying? That you want. But you're gonna go to anywhere that's gonna feed you the kind of attention that you want. And I'm sorry, but nobody knows you. And just a little bit of reality, a little dose of reality. No tea, no shade, but you do realize that even when you were on the show and you were literally the face, like we actually seen you guys, like you physically on the show, you were still being voiced by Brad Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
We never heard you talk at all. We never heard you say a word. All you did was just show your pretty faces and your muscles. That's all you were on the show. So you talking about you being OGs? Fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say the real OG is Brad Hawkins because he was the Gold Ranger from day one. He voiced the Gold Ranger since day one. And he was the Gold Ranger all the way into the Zeo finale. Fuck out of here. Like, how dare you? You oh my goodness. And then want to try to drag Austin St. John into it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to defend the man because he don't need no defending. However, like he's much more of an OG than you are, than you'll ever be.
Literally in the pilot.
Like, literally in the pilot.
Like these guys are delusional.
You are delusional, baby.
I just don't understand. Like you good Oh God, what did Rihanna say on Twitter years ago? Good luck booking that stage that you speak of, or something like that, because you ain't getting booked on nothing.
Because you ain't getting booked on nothing.
Nobody knows who you are. Like,
Nobody
come
knows and
on
nobody
now.
cares.
That part.
Nobody knows and nobody cares because let's be very clear, and this is no shade when I say this, but I am also being shady at the same time. But let's be very clear. They came during the time when, remember when, and I don't know whether y'all remember this, but I kind of remember this. But in the 90s, there used to be a fad where people were always so infatuated with people who were like twins or triplets or quadruples or whatever. Like if there were multiples
Mm-hmm.
of them and they all looked the same, like people were like, oh my gosh. That's how they got their
Mm-hmm.
claim to fame
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because they were triplets and they were all hot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just be, let's just say what it is. Like, the only reason why you really have careers, I mean, for real, is because of that. Because no shade, like, like I said, nobody, like, you didn't even have lines. You didn't even talk on the show. Y'all were literally just models. Literally, you were models. So nobody is giving you no little piece of. You should have. Y'all should honestly. Y'all should have just quit while y'all were ahead and just been quiet. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just be happy with just being there and being like, hey, we were here. We were part of the show. We did our thing and we left. And then when people tried to correct them, because what was the guy's name? The Raul, who does all the Ranger facts and stuff, the behind the scenes facts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he
Yeah.
called it out and was like, there was no Gold Ranger movie that was supposed to be planned. Because literally the Zeo movie became what we know of as Power Rangers Turbo, the Turbo Power Rangers movie. So there was no future plans for the Gold Ranger apparently. But when he came out and said that, they blocked him. And it's like, really? So y'all out here just blocking people who don't basically say what you want them to say or isn't on your side? Like, come on, my guy. Like, y'all wilding. So yeah, it's giving real bump them. Like, no, like y'all wilding and y'all capping for real. Speaking of capping, does anyone have anything else to say before we jump on to the last final segment?
No, this drained me.
Well, maybe we can
Ah.
plug you back in and charge you up
Oh,
because we are about to jump on the dancing gay icon herself, Megan.
Oh
woohoo!
yeah.
Oh my God.
Forget about that. Oh God.
Oh, she is a killer. I love her killer dance move too.
Listen,
When
first
I
of
say
all,
killer, I don't
homegirl.
actually mean like what the movie's actually about. I mean like she's literally like she's a star.
No, like she's amazing. Like, first of all, let's be very clear. Megan is like she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come
Yo,
on now.
yo, hold on, real quick side story. I told various people that I was going out to see Megan, and so many people thought that I was talking about Megan Thee
Meg the
Stallion,
Stallion.
and yeah, that's it.
What?
That's it.
Wow. Thank you, Will. Wow. But no, like I am actually so excited to talk about this movie with y'all. Like, first of all, let's be very clear. Megan is out here. First of all, Megan decided that she wanted to give us a whole 8 count, a flip, a dip, and a spin. Turn around, grab what looked like a machete, and chase a man down the hallway. Like, listen, I'm here for it. Okay, like Chucky ain't ever did no shit like that. Like Chucky, non-binary child ain't never did nothing like that. Because didn't in the new TV show Chucky has like a child that's like non-binary or something like that?
I think that child was introduced in a film years ago. The Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, but he grew up, right? Like he grew up into like a teenager or something, right?
Did or
I
they
think he
did?
did. Yeah.
I
Because
don't.
like
You
I
know what?
remember cause, no, because I was gonna say because I remember watching a scene, like a clip, where Chucky was like, I'm not a monster. My child is queer, or something like that. Like
Oh
he's
my
like,
god. Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, Chucky's child is queer. I
No.
can't. So
I
yes, actually, originally Chucky's child is the first queer representation doll out here, but
Oh
but
wow, no.
but Megan is out here. You know what I'm saying? She is out here giving the people life, and I'm just really excited to talk to y'all to have this conversation about her because yeah. So the reason why we also talking about Megan is because once again, Kira Josephson is in the movie as Ava, and Ava is a little piece of like a camp director or something like that. And she's not in the movie for too long, but the scene that she is in the movie is fucking hilarious. Like she nails it. Like that woman is just funny.
Yeah,
So,
I got Jane vibes from her.
oh, she was definitely giving Jane. She was totally giving Jane. And I loved it. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. So thoughts, like immediate thoughts. What did you think of the movie? Like, what did you think of all of it?
Um, so I have told this story a ton to people that wanted to know about it. I when I saw that trailer, I remember I sent that trailer to you guys in the group chat, and I was like, "Oh my God, I want to see this." But at the same time, it was like this could be horrible. Um, it could either be horrible, anywhere between horrible and like good, or maybe at
Mm-hmm.
least decent. And when I'm in the theater watching it, I am like enjoying myself. Like it was funny. There were moments where you did get like freaked out, especially just the idea that anything like this could ever happen, with AI getting that smart.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked that it had kind of like a moral in it,
Yes.
as far as our over reliance on technology today, and how it can get in the way of raising a child, having a relationship. Because
Mm-hmm.
that little girl, the one of the main characters, she loses her parents, and her aunt becomes her foster parent, and her aunt is she's in the tech industry. She's a young professional. She is busy most of the time, and she's, here, you can use my tablet while I'm working, and you want to go to the park, or you want to go get something to eat, instead of like, well, actually, not even asking, like just saying, oh, we can do this, to do something fun and stuff. Asking her what she wants to do. Really getting to know her niece who just lost her parents. And then she makes Megan. Well, she already had. I can't remember. Did she already have plans for Megan before?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she already had plans for Megan, which was going to be like, you know, God, like a like a Furby, like a oh god, like remember in like 2000 we had those what Techno, the dogs, the
Mm-hmm.
little robot dogs, but this is going to be, you know, a life-size robot companion. And then, you know, she has difficulties with the development of that, and then, you know, she sees how lonely her niece is, so she goes into overdrive and tries it again, and she's able to, what she thinks is perfected, and give her niece a companion, but it everything that can go wrong goes wrong with that, and also, you know, with the aunt, she like gives everything that she should be giving to her niece, like Megan is giving to her, and then it just spirals from there. But it was a fun time. It was thrilling. And I, like I said before, I like the fact that they talked about, you know, how we are really, really, really over relying on our technology, and it can be you know, a detriment to just humanity and just interacting with folks, like because you know, I think a lot of us today, like, we can relate, like it's you go to a party or a get together, how many people are sitting at the table or sitting around that room on their phone and not actually having a conversation?
Facts.
So yeah, I liked it. I had a really good time, and I look forward to seeing it again, and I look forward to the eventual. Oh, you know what? I'm actually a little bit scared about the sequel because I don't think it really needed one, and we know that Hollywood, they when they make money, they will churn out things even when we don't need them. So it'll be interesting to see how Megan 2 turns out. But I really enjoyed this one.
I thoroughly liked it. Really loved how I don't know how to explain it. Like, hey, so you know how like obviously part of the biggest thing why they couldn't get approved was that they didn't have a safety protocol on her or whatever. And
Okay.
and that's what I'm kind of surprised about in the making of Megan is why she never thought to have a safety chip when literally all she was making was those fur looking things, those Furbies that
Mm-hmm.
has safety chips in it.
Now they reminded me so much of they reminded me of Furbies, but they were like the combination of like a Furby and a Tamagotchi. Y'all
Yeah.
remember them?
Ooh,
Oh
ooh.
God,
Tamagotchi
yes.
and they kind of look like the Gremlins.
Oh,
Yes.
Gremlin.
Yeah, like they were like the look of the Gremlins, the Tamagotchi, but in real life with like the Furbies.
Yes.
It's like a weird like combo because the Furbies were like cuter than that. These were not that cute. They were like
They were
low
not
key,
cute.
very freaking scary. And I remember the Gremlins being super scary, and I'm like, y'all so scary. I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping Megan would channel the Furbies.
Listen, I'm not gonna hold you in no shade, but why were those things taking a shit?
Right?
What? Which
They
Right?
one?
kept shitting.
They just
That
kept
was a part of the
pooping.
toy.
They like you're supposed to feed them and they're supposed to poop. It was
And
literally
they're supposed to
like
poop.
yeah, it's like Tamagotchi, but in like real life. Dot dot
Okay,
dot.
okay.
It's like every time like they'd eat, and that's why it was like, oh, I ate too much. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom soon. I'm like, oh no, like what is this? Like this is a toy for children. Like what is
Uh,
happening?
no, it was I you know what I'm really surprised about was like the fact that I'm not sure whether it was you, Brandon, or somebody, but someone told me that like that little girl did her own stunts.
Oh yeah, it was me. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like shook and I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm. She
Like,
did all of her own stuff. So that little girl, she is like everything that Megan did. That little girl did on her own.
Like, what? Like, that is just crazy. No, like, it was a really good movie. I didn't really like The Guardian because I felt like now obviously it's like it's the story writing, right? I felt that for someone who lost her sister, she didn't have as much like sadness or she wasn't mourning. I know everyone like sort of deal with things like obviously differently, right? But I guess the way her reaction was like it just seemed very much like, oh my God, like now I'm stuck with this child in my life and I don't know what to do with her. Versus like, oh my God, I just lost my sister. And she just lost her mom and her parents. Like I felt like she lacked empathy for this little girl, like a lot.
Now,
Do
I
we know
will
how
say she
close they
did
were?
say that I was gonna say they did. She did say that they weren't close.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that. You know what I mean? Like I get them not being close, but it's also kind of weird that for someone not being close, I'm surprised they left their daughter with her. Like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they could have
I
easily gotten friends or godparents that could have easily taken that role.
we
That she was a lot closer to.
we can assume that they didn't have anybody closer.
Well, that's the thing. The I think it was the dad's parents were like, because that's what the therapist said at the very beginning. She was like, they offered to take her or
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
whatever,
Right, right, right,
and
right, right,
she
right, right,
kind
right,
of
right,
got
right, right.
upset about that. So it kind of seems like there's a tiff between her sister, the dad, and the step parents.
Yeah.
Not the step parents, the dad's parents.
Yeah,
So
the in-laws or whatever.
yeah, the in-laws, yeah. So it could be not well. I don't know whether you call them in-laws. Well, anyway, yeah, them. Like it does seem
Mhm.
like there's like there's like a little bit of energy there between them. So, because she did kind of have a little attitude when they were like, well, they could have went with them, and then she was like, kind of got like a little attitude. So that's probably what it was. There might be like some energy there with them. But can we talk about the beginning of the movie? Because one of the things that I really, 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 really love at the very beginning is just how authentic that argument was. Like that argument between the two parents were it was just so realistic because it didn't feel like a shouting match. It literally looked like a normal disagreement. And
Mhm.
you really didn't like you knew something was going to happen, but you didn't know what was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't have guessed what was going to happen because like
Mhm.
literally like the whole entire time they're arguing, it just seemed like just a regular conversation. And I just love how
Mhm.
authentic that felt. And even when she was like, you're driving you're driving in the middle of snow, and he was like, well, I didn't know I didn't know it was gonna start snowing at this time. And she was like,
Mhm.
well, and they're just having this argument, and she was like, well, just stop. And it's obvious that they're in the middle of the road, but they couldn't see to get over. So it's just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my gosh. Like just them stopping in the middle of the road, it's like that's the one thing you don't do. Like you try to find a way to pull over or at least try to, pull over somewhere. But the fact that she told
Mhm.
him to stop and he stopped in the middle of the road, it was like, oh shit. And then
Mhm.
literally, like while they're having this conversation, the snowplow came and ran right into him. And it's just like, oh my gosh. So, but one thing that really stuck out to me about that whole scene is if you notice, the mom was extremely keen on her daughter not being on her phone and playing that game because she was like, okay, how much she was her daughter asked like how much time do I have? And her
Mhm.
mom was very specific about how much internet time she had. But remember, after her
Mhm.
parents died, her aunt was like, oh, you can use it for however long you want.
Mhm.
you know, and that just shows the different dynamics of her trying of like basically like how you said, Will, with how technology and screen time and being on the internet and all that stuff like that, how it really does, honestly, does kind of run people's lives. And like it's really sad because like you said, she had no kind of connection, she spent hardly no time with the child. And when Megan came up, when they, finally produced Megan, she literally didn't spend any time with the girl at all. Like she just let Megan raise her.
Oh man, the scene where I think what was it? The little girl was talking to the therapist, and it was in a room. It was in the same room where they could oh my goodness, the aunt and her colleagues and her boss could watch her interact with Megan. They were in that same
Mm-hmm.
the same room, like a I'm not to describe it, like an observation room, like they were on the outside. Um, when the little girl tells the therapist like how sad and alone and angry she is, and she is letting it all out, screaming, and then her aunt to see the realization of like, oh my God, like I didn't even realize that I'm not here for this little girl. Like the look on her face, I really felt that. Do you remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the really fucked up part about it, is just that like literally she's like, yo, like you're not. And the part that got me was when she literally says like, you know, this child is developing like a companionship with this doll, like with this little AI doll. And she's like forming like a connection with it, a connection that you should be
Mhm.
having with the child instead of the doll, because she's looking for someone to, to love her and to give her attention. And the person who should be doing that is you, not not Megan. And like,
Mhm.
and you could tell that homegirl was trying her best to like try to find a way in her head to be like, no, that's not my job. But eventually she had to come to terms with, no, it is my job. Because as long as I'm going to be taking care of her, I have to pay her attention. Like I can't let someone else raise her. I have to be the one to do it. So, it was just so, the whole message behind the movie was so powerful. And I'm like, wow. Um, it just really blew my mind. Now, what I will say is Megan herself. Now, one thing that I will say about the characters in the movie, we already talked about the aunt, but the two friends, like the two colleagues, the white guy, he really didn't really do much. He was just kind of aloof in a way.
Mhm.
But the black girl,
Mhm.
she to me was kind of like the voice of reason that homegirl didn't want to listen to.
Of course. Of course. Makes sense. The black woman would get that.
Well, I mean, yes, but also like, but also like that was her point. Like that was her part in the movie. Like she was to be the person that was like, you know, yo, like what you're doing is fucked up, and she's like, girl, mind your business. And she flat out tells her like she's not my daughter, like she's not my child. Which I was like, ooh, rude.
Yeah.
Um, and the boss. Now, the one thing me and Lena talked about the boss, off off the show, but one thing that I really wish, and the guy who played the boss, he wasn't bad, but the one thing that I really wish they would have done was lean in to him having an accent because it's obvious that he has an accent. Like it was
Mhm.
quite obvious.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm not sure if English is his first language or if because Lena said he's Malaysian, so I'm not sure
Mhm.
if like he has another language that he speaks or whatever have you or his mother tongue. But I would have rather hear him say some lines in in his mother tongue because it's like it's obvious. You're speaking with another language. You're speaking with another
Speaks with an accent.
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 Thank you, Lena. He's speaking with an accent, so it's like have him say something in something, because like obviously if he's speaking in another accent, when he's gonna get mad, he's definitely gonna be like saying some wild shit in another language. Because I see it all the time when
Mhm.
like people who speak other languages get upset, they start speaking in their actual native language. And he gets upset in the movie a lot, but he says everything in English. So I just felt like that was not that I'm digging too hard into the movie, but I just feel like that was a missed opportunity.
Mhm.
Um, but other than that, like I enjoyed all the characters in the movie. Like I loved them all. How did y'all feel about the
Mhm.
characters?
I liked the two that you were just talking about, the two co-workers that seem like her legit friends. I kind of wish that we got to see a bit more of them. I was so nervous because I thought Megan was about to murk them, but thankfully, when she blew up the lab, I did notice that the explosion happened like above them and they were like on the floor. So that was the
Mm-hmm.
hint for me that they were safe as
Oh yeah,
we
they
saw later
definitely were
on.
safe. Yeah.
So I liked that. Hmm that that little girl, she needed help. She needed help. Like I wasn't mad at her just because of everything that she had been through.
Right.
But yo, that reaction when she slapped her auntie in that theater,
When she slapped her, I
everybody,
was like, hit her back.
everybody gasped. Everybody was like, "Oh hell!" Like that was crazy. That got a
I
big,
literally yelled,
big
hit her back.
reaction.
I was like, hit her back.
Oh
What
my
are you
god.
doing?
Well, she's
Because there's no
white.
way she would have slapped me like that.
She's not gonna hit her back because CPP or whatever.
Shit.
Oh my
She
god.
slapped me that hard, child. Y'all be pulling me off her.
Okay,
Slap me that hard.
okay. So like did we talk about it yet? We didn't, right? Like her going to camp and stuff like that.
No. We haven't talked about any of the
Okay.
like the deaths or anything or the camp stuff.
No, no. I just wanted to bring because you were talking about characters, right? I'm
Hmm.
not gonna lie, the teacher for camp, I was very, very surprised by how much she reminded me of J Board.
I thought she was just playing Jane, to be honest.
Oh, true. That was her name. I got her confused.
Oh no, Jay Borg is the
Okay.
robot assistant.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was like, is she Jane? Like like what? J minus the J boardness, like with the extraness that they usually put on in the show.
Right.
I loved her. I kind of wish we saw more of her. Like I was hoping that like she'd be like the one that like consoles the kid, but in a very cheerful voice, like nothing is happening, everything is good. We're just gonna go back and go painting, like something ridiculous like that, where she's trying to shield the children from the horrible, horrific scene that just happened.
Mhm.
But
So
that did
So
not happen. I wish we saw more of her.
well, you know what? Bringing up the camp, we found out that the little girl was homeschooled too. So she really like oh God, it was such a once again, that baby was going through a lot. Like she was homeschooled, so she didn't know how to, interact with kids her own age, and wasn't familiar with being, I guess, away from her parents. Then to lose her parents, then to be, put with her auntie, then to have her aunt put her in a situation where she's with other children her age, and then she's also has this growing relationship with Megan, and she has to interact with other kids. Like it was a lot.
It was a
That kid was
lot.
going through a lot.
It
Ugh.
was a lot. And like you feel bad for her because it's like this girl is practically alone. Like she's literally alone. And that's why she formed that relationship with Megan. Because
Mhm.
Megan was the only one that was paying attention to her and that was with her 24/7.
Mhm.
So it was like that's why she had that relationship. But no, Ava was so funny in that scene, especially when she saw Megan because she thought that Megan was a little girl. And when she realized that she was a dog, and when Megan actually started like moving, she's like, whoa, like, hey, Jesus Christ. Like that part really cracked. Like
Mhm.
I literally screamed in the theater. And she was like,
Mhm.
Jesus Christ. Like, I'm like, wow, like she's hilarious. Um, But actually, let's talk about that scene because that was the first death, like the first on-screen death in the movie. Um,
Mhm.
because remember, she killed the neighbor's dog after it basically mauled her. It mauled the daughter, the little girl, and it basically fucked her hair up because she had leaves and shit all in her head, like looking crazy, child. And
Mhm.
child, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna hold you. That scene when Megan was sitting there staring at the dog and the neighbor,
Mhm.
even though Megan's face was blank, she had that look of like, I'm gonna get you, bitch. Like she just had that
Mhm.
look. Even though her face
Mhm.
was completely blank, you knew what that energy was giving. And I'm like,
Mhm.
yo, that was so spot on.
Mhm.
Like, you don't even have to see the movie in context to know what that symbolizes. Because like you can use that in any meme scenario and you can definitely feel the
Mhm.
energy behind it. Like, I mean, she
Mhm.
had that
For
look of
sure.
like, oh, I'm gonna get your ass. And of course she kills the dog. But anyway, but the scene with the little boy, like, did you really think that she was gonna do what she did to him? First of all, before we even go there, did anyone else feel like he was about to rape her? And
Damn, you
and
going
maybe I
there?
shouldn't say
Shit.
that word on air, but like it
I
really
definitely
felt like
felt
he was gonna
like
do something to her.
I felt like he was gonna sexually assault the
Assault.
dog.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah,
Let's say that.
I definitely felt
Oh,
that.
But it felt
Megan,
like that for sure.
and not the girl Megan, right?
Megan, yeah. Remember, like, because
I think
he
so. I
threw the
think
doll
so.
on the ground and started like
Yeah, I think
throwing
I
her
did
clothes
think
off.
that. I did. Yeah, I did think that was gonna happen. Yeah, yeah.
Like first of all, that
Mhm.
little shit. When he cussed at his
Mhm.
mom, I was like, first of all, that child looks like he needs to be in high school. Like, let's be very clear. That child looks like he's about to graduate next year. First of all. Secondly, like that little boy definitely looked like he was about to sexually assault Megan. Like the way he was like throwing like all of her stuff off and was like, he got on top of her. And I'm like, oh my gosh,
Right
oh
when
my
he got on
gosh, oh
top
my
of her,
gosh, oh
I
my
was
gosh.
like, no, no, no. But I'm not gonna lie. I thought
I
Megan
got
was
so
gonna like.
nervous.
I thought Megan was gonna like Mike Tyson him, and she didn't.
No, she
Mhm.
just kind of just like laid there.
No, she know. I thought she was gonna like bite his ear off, but she just
Okay.
ripped
Okay.
the
Okay.
skin off. I was like, what?
Okay. Okay.
Like, come
I was
on.
about
She
to say
literally
it
pulled his
kind of.
ear off.
No,
Yeah, I
she
was
pulled
gonna.
the skin
Yeah,
off.
piece of it. Piece of it. I mean, which is basically what Mike Tyson did. I mean, he bit it off, but like she pulled the piece off.
she pulled that shit like that. I'm pretty sure he was hurt. Like, because
Yeah,
she
an
pulled
ear
his
is not
like a
supposed to
part of
stretch
his
that
ear off.
far.
Like, that's not nothing to be like, oh, that's whatever. Like, nah, like that's a part of his ear. Like, ooh, child, just thinking about it, just kind of it just
I
sounds painful.
right? Like I don't know. Like I said, I just thought she was gonna do way more than just like pull it off. I don't know why. Because like it I guess maybe like I felt like his reaction to it wasn't as traumatized. If that makes sense. Like I felt like his reaction was like a little low key compared to what is really happening to him.
Really?
Uh,
Yeah,
he
I
was freaking out.
yeah. I don't know. That's
He
just
was
me.
running. He was definitely scared.
I mean, he was definitely scared when she woke up because he was like, what the fuck? Like, here I am thinking that I was gonna sexually assault this doll, but now this doll's kicking my ass. Like, shit.
I was definitely sitting here like, oh shit, like what's about to go down? And then of course, like she did the Sierra Matrix and pulled herself up and was like, this is where you run now. And that child
When she
hauled
ran,
ass. And
when
she
she
started
ran
running
on
on her
all fours,
hands.
that was so creepy.
And that little child did that.
Did that.
Like the
Yeah.
actual little girl did that.
Did
And I'm
that.
like, yo, that's wild.
She did it at that speed too, apparently. Brendan was telling me.
Yeah. Like she was running like legit on her hands and feet. Little girl is good. She's good. I'm like, yo, give that girl an Oscar. Like, give that girl an Oscar. But yeah, like, and then of course he gets hit by a car. First of all, I wasn't expecting for him when he got hit by that car. I was not expecting it to be as graphic as it was, because you actually seen like a little bit of like blood and what looked like skin being like dragged on the ground. I was like, oh shit. Like you didn't see him get hit, but you definitely saw like the aftermath. It was like, fuck. That truck fucked the shit out of him. Like it really fucked him over. Um so yeah, like I was actually like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Um so yeah. And then of course Megan was standing in the background looking creepy. Uh And then, of course, Megan acted as if she didn't know what was going on, which is kind of creepy because now this doll is recognizing that what she's recognizing what she's doing. Like she's most certainly recognizing what she's doing, and the fact that when you know she explained to the little girl, she was like, you know, he didn't go anywhere. Like, because like her aunt basically told her like he probably went to heaven and all this stuff, and he no longer has to suffer and all this stuff. And Megan was just like, "There's no such thing. Like he's just gone. Like he just doesn't exist."
Didn't she laugh at all?
She kind of laughed. Like it was almost kind of like she was speaking in a very nonchalant way, but I'm pretty sure if she could laugh, she would. Because like Megan just didn't give a shit. She was just like, yeah, he's
She
no longer here. And yeah. And what I loved about what she said, she was just like, even if heaven did exist, do you really think a guy like him would go there?
I love
And
that.
I was like, oh,
That's some real shit right there.
When she said that, I was like, yo, Megan, you put that child in his place, like twice. Not the first time, twice. But it's true though. If heaven did exist, would they really let him go there? Heck no.
would he go there? No. Because that child was a fucking nightmare. Like, he was
Right?
terrible.
He really
So
was
it's
about
just
to try to
like,
vandalize poor Megan.
I'm telling you, like he was gonna do some wild shit to that poor little doll, and like she fucked his ass up. So you
That's
know,
what she did. She did what she had to do.
she did what she had to do.
I don't blame
So
her.
I don't blame her either. But I really did enjoy that little piece of line. I was like, yo, that's a badass line. That's a good line. Um, Now, how do you feel about one thing I loved about Megan though was how she got each one of her victims. She it almost kind of felt like what if Siri like just turned on people because like Siri low key but high key be kind of getting snappy too, and
Oh my
I'd be
god.
like kind of like.
Siri? Siri be telling me all kinds of things because she's a rude ass bitch.
Siri is rude.
She's
And
rude.
I'm like, yo, Megan kind of giving me Siri vibes. Cause like, and what I really kind of cracked up at is when the dog, like she tried to pretend like she was the dog. And the lady, because the lady, the neighbor was looking for the dog because the dog disappeared, obviously, and the dog was dead.
Freaking out over that damn dog.
She was freaking out over that
I
dog.
mean, who wouldn't for their dog? But like, she was just, ugh.
I mean, she was like freaking the fuck out. And she's just like, where's my dog? Where's my dog? Girl, child. So Megan was pretending to be the dog. That lady went in that shed.
Right.
And Megan tricked her ass. First of all, it's Megan coming out of the darkness for me. I was like, oh, this is creepy. And child, she said that dog is what she said. She said that dog is 30 miles out and 500 feet under, some kind of shit like that. I was like, oh shit, like she killed that dog. Like she must have like really messed that dog up.
I mean,
And
that dog shook the crap out of her.
Okay. Well,
Like,
I mean, yes, that
like
dog did like try to give
that
her
dog
life.
be ruining her hair, her outfit. Like, I'm just saying, I understand where Megan is coming from. Not that I condone killing puppies or anything like that, but that dog unfortunately died because of how it was trained by the owner. You know, if the owner had better care of that dog would have not died at the hands of Megan. So I'm just saying, we blame the owner at this point.
We blame the owner because first of all, Megan said, "Don't you touch my weave. Don't touch my wig. Like my wig is Remy. My wig is like human hair. You don't touch this. You know what I'm saying?" And he had leaves all in her hair, child. Fucked her shit up. Megan was like, I got your ass. And what did she do? She got him and she got the owner. Child. First of all, she shot the lady
with the nail
what
gun.
was that? Like that I'm talking about before she shot her with the nail gun. Did she shoot her with the
plasticizer?
Or was it just a hose?
It was a hose, wasn't it?
No, it was like a pressure.
The first time.
So like
it was a pressure.
It was a pressure
yeah, it's like
hose.
Yeah, pressure hose. Yeah,
or like a pressure washer, whatever they're called.
Child, the way she shot her ass and her ass flew across that damn shed. I'm like, damn! I didn't even know them things were that powerful.
Yeah, pressure washers can actually break windows and stuff.
Shit. I mean, her ass flew. I know her ass was hurt. The way she flew like that, she was hurt. I was like, damn. Like, I was not expecting her to fly like that. I was like, yo, Megan is wild.
Well, especially at that close range. Like, I could see it, right? And I was like, yo, this girl's gonna die. And then
she
brought out the chemical, and then she brought out like the freaking
nail gun.
I was like, yo,
when she shot her head with that nail gun, I'm not gonna even hold you. Like, I cringed because that's one thing about me. I hate torture. So like when I seen her like literally shoot her in the hand, I was like, oh god, like it got me. It got me. I was like, What do you say, Will?
Final Destination 3 was what I was thinking about.
Oh, when the nail gun shot that homegirl in the head? Ooh, child, no. Child. But yeah, child, that mess right there, I was like, dang. And then of course, like now she used the chemical gun thingy. Did she melt her skin off?
I don't think
Is that
so.
what she did?
I don't think so. I think she just basically overdosed on the chemical stuff.
I don't know what she did, but child, that lady did. So killed her too. So it just seemed,
I think she drowned her with the water, with the pressure of the water.
or maybe she like drowned her in like infected her with the chemicals and made and killed her with the chemicals. I guess I don't know what she did, but
I'm not
Because
entirely sure
I
either.
don't remember, or I gotta like read up on her death because I don't.
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what she did to her. I was like, ooh, oh, but I know it was bad because that lady was screaming her ass off, so I know it was bad. Um, like I was just like,
I
shit.
love that. She was screaming. That's an indication it must be bad.
It must have been bad because that lady was screaming her ass off. I was like, oh shit, yeah, she's in pain. Um, so and once again, Megan standing out the window looking creepy, and I was like, oh shit. So of course, Megan obviously knows what the fuck she's doing. Child. It also just seems like as the movie progresses, as the movie progresses, her death, like her kills, get more and more violent.
Well,
Because the first time when she killed the little boy, she got the little boy killed. She technically didn't kill him. Technically, like he got hit by a car. That's what killed him.
yeah.
But then she killed the woman, but she just drowned her. But with the next kill, where she does her little Blackpink choreography, child, like she legit stabs old dude in the back.
She becomes a whole ass samurai.
Like she literally just like guts dude. So it's like, so I'm like, she's getting worse and worse with her kills. And that's what I love. Because it's like, oh no, she's getting more and more violent. Because she almost killed the coworker by choking him to death.
Try to hang.
Tried to hang him. And then with the guy, she stabs him and then she slits the other guy's neck.
Oh.
So it's just like, yo, she's getting worse and worse. But
Oh, I got it, Brenda. For Celia, the lady, Megan kills Celia by shooting her hand with a nail gun and spraying her with garden chemicals. Okay.
oh, so that's how she kills her, just spraying her with the garden chemicals.
Uh,
Interesting. So she interesting. So she probably just like I guess like OD'd off the garden chemicals and the chemicals killed her.
yeah, sounds like it.
Shit. Ew. Ridiculous. Child. But then of course, get back to the house. Megan then basically hijacked, the little piece of sound, was it the computer system thing that her old girl had in the house? Megan then
Mm.
hijacked that, turned off all the lights in the house, and is on the doggone playing on the piano in the dark looking crazy. I'm like, ooh, child. But that final fight, yo, like that shit was fire.
Really cool. Oh my goodness, what was her name? Eight? No. Oh my God, what was her name? Gemma.
Who?
Gemma's the auntie.
Oh yeah.
So she had previously built a robot named Bruce that I think for whatever reason he never or she never like I guess put him out there to the masses. I think she made him in college. I think that's why.
Yeah, that's what she did.
And mhm. And he still was operational, but he just was like collecting dust in the house. When they introduced him, I knew instantly that he was going to fight Megan. And that
Me
was
too.
exactly what happened.
Me too. And I was actually shocked that it was the little girl that was controlling Bruce and not Jenna.
Yes, this was really cool because Violet, no, Violet is her real name. Um Katie, the little girl, she basically had to figure out on her own because she was dependent on Megan, like emotionally dependent on her. So she had to find out on her own that Megan was manipulating her and was doing nefarious things. And once she did, she knew that she had to stop her. So.
Right. Right. Because like Megan was basically beating the dog shit out of Jenna. And she had, and basically Megan was just like, yeah, so it doesn't matter what you do, because at the end of the day, she's always gonna love me. She's always gonna choose me over you. Like basically just paraphrasing. It's just like she's gonna choose me. So, I can just go ahead and get rid of you right now. You're obsolete. Like you're not important. And that little girl heard that shit and was like, oh wow. And child got little Bruce and put the paws on poor Megan.
Megan's
And
reaction. Oh my God. You little bitch.
you little bitch. I fucking love Megan. Like, yo, Megan was wilding. Like, I'm like, yo, not Megan call her a little bitch. I loved it. I fucking loved it. So, and then of course, at the very end, obviously, how we know it's going to be a part two, which they have announced already, but how we know that it's going to be a part two was that you see Alexa, the little Alexa system thingy, like Megan was inside of that.
Mhm.
So, is Megan going to become Skynet? I guess that's what Megan 2.0 is going to be about.
They couldn't use Alexa, so they called it Elsie.
Elsie, yeah. It was something like that. Basically a rip off Alexa.
Yeah. That's oh my God. Taking it back to Power Rangers, doesn't that remind you of the end of RPM?
hmm And that was the first thing I saw. That's the first thing I thought about when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is definitely RPM. This is RPM. So I'm actually kind of high key excited for it. But like you said, like it does have the potential of possibly being bad because, like, of course, this is what they do. They're always like, oh, well, let's, make this a thing and all that. So it's like, here we go.
At least it won't be a silver lining is the fact that it's not fast tracked, at least as far as we know.
No, because because like it's not coming out till 2025. So we got some time. So hopefully
Yeah. When you know what? Okay, so we got time to write it this year. Okay, film it next year. Okay, yeah. Film it
yeah,
next year and then release it in 2025. So it
I
could
mean,
work.
we got a little bit of time, I think. Yeah. We got a little bit of time. I'm just out here hoping that like it's not gonna be a little piece of situation where it's like, oh crap, this movie is gonna suck. That's the only thing I'm just like, oh please, movie, please don't suck. So yeah. But yeah, y'all. So overall thoughts, like what did you think? Like what would you rate this movie? And also, what would you rate Kira?
Kira, she was like a 10 out of 10. The movie, I'll probably say 4 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoy myself.
Okay.
I wanted to see more of Kira, honestly. So um I wasn't completely underwhelmed, but not totally overwhelmed. So I give her like a 7 out of 10. If we're rating it out of 5, I give it this is a little bit hard. I've only seen it once, and this was about close to a month ago because it came out at the beginning of the month. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. So I'm still feeling good about it. It was pretty decent. I'm always so indecisive with these ratings. I'm sorry. Uh, I guess I guess I give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm about to say, don't be saying nothing crazy. Like, but no, like I feel you. For me, I actually, I guess I'm the only one that would probably give her like a 10 out of 10. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed her. Like, I feel like the part that she was in the movie, I thoroughly enjoyed. For the little bit that she was there. Um, like I had so much fun with her character. She had me literally laughing out loud. Um, and also too, like just her personality, it was just giving real like it was really giving me like Dino Fury. Like it was literally giving me Jane. And just like putting her into like a real world situation. Like basically just imagining Jane in the real world instead of in like the Power Rangers world. Like I really feel like Jane would be saying a lot of the wild shit that she was saying in that movie. So I don't know. Like I really enjoyed her. Like I loved her character so much. Um like I do agree. I do wish we could have seen more of the character, but overall, like I just had so much fun with her. I loved her. Um so yeah, like for me, I think I would just give her a 10 out of 10. I do agree. It's definitely a 4 out of 5. It's not a perfect movie. Because there were some things that I was like, I could have been like, okay, this could have been done a little bit differently. Um, but overall, like the actual tone, what the movie was about, even down to Megan singing, like the song choices that Megan was singing
Mm.
were perfect. Like they were literally perfect selections. Like Titanium, think of the lyrics of the song itself. Like it's literally describing her. I'm
Mhm.
bulletproof, nothing to lose. Like literally, it's describing Megan. So it's just like the even down to the song choices. Like everything about this movie was just like it had a reason to be there, and I think that even down to like everything having a reason to be there, the deaths felt like they like something was leading up to it. Like they just didn't feel random, like a random person was dying. Like no, you act like there was an actual reason for that person to die. Now granted, of course, obviously you don't like that the person died because they didn't deserve to die, but still there was a reason as to why Megan felt like they should die based off of whatever they did. So like and there was build up to it. So there was just so much happening. The wheels were constantly turning in the movie, which kept me invested. Um, so yeah, there were like I definitely would give it if I actually I'm not going to even say a 4. I'm saying a 4.5 because 4.5 out of 5 because it really that movie really slapped. I know it was a long episode. We do apologize. We told y'all from the joint from the jump it was going to be long. So if you made it this far, wonderful. If you didn't, I would suggest maybe, listening to it in parts. Like, take a couple days, you don't have to listen to the whole thing all the way through. You can listen to one half on one day, with the other half the next day, and the other half the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you made it to the end, let us know what you think about the episode. We are happy to be back. We're definitely going to be diving into a lot more conversations, a lot more things that have been happening. So, and I think you guys know what we're talking about when we do say that. So definitely stay tuned. There's also a lot more cool things that are coming down the pipeline when it comes down to Tribunal of the Grid. So stay tuned for that. And of course, everything is the same. Link tr.ee/Tribunal of the Grid has all of our links. So please follow us on all social media. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, YouTube, anywhere where you listen to podcasts, we are there. So once again, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.